Hey everyone, I just want to say that I am very happy with this new law that was passed in Indiana that says that people can pretty much shoot police when they have, a reasonable belief that the officer's acting unlawfully and they are in fear of being harmed seriously, which, physical bodily injury to death. And what is mind-boggling as I reading this article on Bloomberg, NRA-backed law spells out when Indianans may open fire on police. That's the title of the article. I'm reading how originally the Supreme Court in Indiana, under an argument hypothetically posed at the time by the defenders of being able to stop police from unlawfully entering your home, the person who was arguing for the Supreme Court posed a hypothetical question, what if you come home and a police officer is raping your wife or child? And the Supreme Court said literally, you can't touch the officer, you have to take legal action after. I mean, and that's just crazy. You know what I mean? That literally the government agents can rape and pillage with proximate impunity. Of course, whatever, they get their just desserts in the end, right? After you spent like $100,000 in legal fees against the National Police Association that's defending the cop, or the local police association. I mean, whatever. In any case, that's just nuts. And the fact of the matter is that this law that they passed really helps to solve that issue by allowing people to defend themselves against police. And I think it's just crazy that there is this high level of deference and qualified immunity to begin with. It's a very big problem for the obvious reasons that officers are generally able to get away with violating people's rights and using, physical force that other people can't do, and which has always been a problem with government generally, is that government gets to do things, or if you want to put it in Bastiat's terms, gets to plunder from others. The state gets to do for one man what he couldn't do on his own. So here, I think it's a great thing because the fact, I mean, for me, it's just the fact that they even entertained the hypothetical, and the court actually straight up said, yeah, if you come home and the cop's straight up raping, your wife, and his pants are half down with his badge and uniform, if you touch him, then you're breaking the law. I mean, it just goes to show you the level of slavery people are in before that it's like their masters are that high up. And that's actually, an aside, I'll just, throw out there real quick. And one of my gotcha points for people who really are critical of libertarianism or anarchist ideals, I sit there and I say, okay, you're afraid of, big business or something like that, getting to the point of a monopoly and, getting away with things. It's like, meanwhile, the government can conduct wars and torture people and kill people, especially in an international context, law of the jungle, with sovereign immunity and impunity. They can do it with qualified immunity for certain workers as long as they're acting, within a discretion that they're legally entitled to have. There's a lot of things they get away with, and then beyond that, the process that protects them and the cost it takes to get due process is just astronomical. Most people couldn't afford it. So people need to realize that government isn't magic. There isn't magic when government acts, and people work for government. They don't become angels. They don't become heavenly or perfect. And I think that there needs to be more laws advanced like this, which allow people to have real recourse during these types of situations. And this is not far-fetched. Just look up Injustice News. There's a Twitter feed for that. Or other types of websites that have like police abuse everywhere, cop black. I mean, you can read literally thousands and thousands of stories, and now it's just all over because of cell phone technology and video recording technology. Abuse and complaints are coming forward, and it's really scary. And finally, actually, officers are getting convicted of these things because there's the evidence for it. Although it takes 2 years to do it. But point aside. All right. Well, thanks guys for watching, and let me know what you think. Take care.